Hey guys, back again for another review for Doctor Who. Yeah, sorry, trying to rhyme there. So anyway, episode 5. Knock Knock. No, not Knock Knock, that was episode 4, sorry. Episode 5, Oxygen. Alright, so I kind of found it kind of sad that when it opened with the two on the outside of the space station, because she was trying to pour her heart out to the guy. Don't really know his name that well. Takes me a while to learn the names. I'll probably learn on the next watch of it. So anyway, but it was very unfortunate that her comms were down, because he'll never know all that stuff. But I guess it would have broken his heart if he knew then she died. And I couldn't tell if the two suits in space were aiming for the space station, because those two floating around in space would open up. Couldn't tell if they're aiming for a space station or it was just coincidence and they turned on. Sorry. Alright. Yeah, and when the guy was opening the latch to get into the space station, and he saw them coming towards him, I could kind of see he was kind of heartbroken about her being dead. Yeah, when they were coming, he kept thinking, get in the space station, just get in. Nothing you can do, just get in. Yeah, for a second I thought I didn't make it, but later in the episode we do see him again. So I guess he did get inside. So then, I guess the Doctor was getting anxious to get back into space because of his lecture. Because talking about space and all that, how it kills you. Because it was kind of obvious, but he was anxious. Though, yeah, it was nice to see Bill. Sorry, it was nice to see Bill there. Yeah, and I know she comes to the lectures, just to know if she would be there for that lecture. So anyway, I guess we kind of learned who asked Nardole to keep the Doctor on Earth. So I guess we didn't really know he was supposed to be kept on Earth, even if he wanted to go. So the Doctor asked Nardole to do it, but the Doctor doesn't listen, never does. Oh, and Nardole removing the thing. Don't remember the name, but the thing from the TARDIS, because he thought it would keep it from leaving. Well, Rule 1, the Doctor lies. So Nardole's a reluctant companion for the whole episode, always trying to get the Doctor to leave. Okay then. So then, 4 survivors later in the episode. Oh, but before we get into that, the Doctor checking for oxygen. I guess we never really do see him checking for that when he leaves TARDIS on a distant planet. Nice to see that he does do that. Oh, and you know those spacesuits, when it said oxygen credits, I thought it just meant like the level of oxygen, kind of like you have a low battery. But hearing that they charge, that the corporate that the people work for in that space station charge for oxygen, not very nice, to say the least. For a more brutal tone for it would be corporate monsters. charging for something to keep you alive. Yeah, I find myself very. I'm sorry, I just get really nervous when doing these reviews. And Nardo, recognizing the voice, guess he had a bit more of a complicated past than we thought. I wonder if it was when he first started traveling with the Doctor, when he met the person whose voice was in the suits, Velma, I believe. Nice to see, but Nardo isn't quite as, well, following the rules as we are led to believe. So anyway, for survivors, I kind of liked it when Bill met Darren, or Darren, however you want to say it. Yeah, so I watched the video about behind the scenes. So apparently Darren isn't an alien. He's human, just genetically modified human. Yeah, and I guess history's been kind of forgotten by then about how, because he said he was racist, but usually, and then she said that usually she's on the receiving end, but he didn't know what she meant. So I guess they've pretty much forgotten about it by then. Nice to know that, but unfortunately that racism continues in the future. Very sad. So anyway, where was I? So then, Sue trying to kill them, dead corpses rocking around. Basically a zombie episode. With the way they looked and walked and everything. So, yeah, too bad Bill got a faulty suit. And the whole, I kind of got the whole, kind of really thought it was a zombie thing with the whole Bill doing when her suit malfunctioned. When they said that the suits were designed to problem solve, I thought they just meant the suits came to the conclusion that humans were the problem. But apparently not. It was their whole order from corporate to terminate everyone on the station. Pretty drastic measures if you want to fire someone. Well, I guess they figured it was the cleanest way, without anything to deal with. So then, let's see. I know. Them trying to leave, since the suits were getting in last resort. Advantage to the suits, all of that stuff, you probably know this. But I found it, when Bill was starting to freeze over and she was dying, I thought, oh no, Bill's gonna die, but I knew she would live, but I wondered how. I just thought, I just figured that the doctor would figure something out. She'd be unconscious and he'd tell her about it later. But the doctor, he gave her his helmet so she could live, and program it to keep walking. Clever for the doc. I really liked it. Clever. Well, the doctor is always clever. So anyway, more to the point. Sylvan. But, after Nardo told Bill that the doctor paid a price for it, since he exposed himself to it for too long, I figured, oh no, he's going to regenerate. Or I just figured he'd hold regeneration energy in if he was regenerating, but he was blind. I figured no problem, the doctor would fix it. Though that wasn't the case, because the doctor, I'll get into that later, but Anyway, so then, Corpse is walking around. They can't do it. Basically, the suits that are doing the walking, they can't go anywhere where they don't recognize it on their maps. But they learned about Section 12, and they went there because they overheard them. Because that was the only safe place they could find. But anyway, when Bill's suit malfunctioned again, I figured, oh no, they're going to get her. But the doctor has a plan. But they touched her and they did the thing to her suit. I thought, there's a way you can bring her back. Right? So then, the doctor and that other lady, still not good with the names. She accuses the doctor of just being a lunatic. She's right, but he's not a wrong lunatic. But personally, I don't really think of the doctor as a lunatic at all. I think he's just so smart. I just think I just think that he's so smart that other people think of him as a lunatic because of that. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. So the doctor, realizing what it was supposed to be, why the suits were doing that, the thing they were doing, who sent the order, not a hack, not a robbery, but corporate just terminating their employees because they're obsolete. Still an extreme measure to get rid of employees. So, the doctor, realizing this, even blind, he can still save the day. And in style. Earlier, the doctor's always, in the earlier series, the doctor said he can't really see it anymore. If he needs to see the universe through his companion's eyes. I guess that's especially true now since he's blind. He needs to see through their eyes. So then, the doctor shows the suits that they're I'm sorry, I have no idea why this happens in my reviews. I have no idea why I always burp. So anyway, the doctor convinces the suits that killing them would be too expensive, and they're supposed to preserve costs. Interesting thing, he convinces the suits to help them with, and I get so. Bill lives because she got just enough oxygen, her suit wasn't working properly, that it couldn't kill her, I think. So she lives, just had to fix the suit. So Bill and she thought about her mom before I think suits got her. Nice thought. Kept it going, I think. So anyway, convenience suits, all that. Too bad everyone else couldn't be brought back. Too bad everyone else couldn't survive. All the other employees, like Darwin and that lady, all stay dead. So sad. Sorry if I don't express more emotion, but I just watched it a few hours ago, so I'm kind of come to terms with it. So anyway, back to the academy, that, the school, the college, university. The doctor fixes his eyes with the whole thing. He can see again, good as new. But after Bill leaves, and the doctor puts his stomach, and the doctor, not stomach, oh yeah, but going back pretty far here. But when that first guy with the suit, he pulls the screwdriver to his hand, to his hand once the doctor uses it on him. I still don't know how he did that, but crushing it and the suit crushing the sonic screwdriver in his hand, I just thought, now that's uncalled for. He just got that. He just got the screwdriver. But I guess he can just whip up another one. But anyway, we're back to my old point. Nardo lecturing the doctor, telling him he was really mad at the doctor, leaving Earth no one to guard the vault, warning the doctor that they might not have made it, or he could have been injured, and their friend downstairs would know. And asking the doctor to look at him when he's talking to him, with the whole lecture, being mad at him, yelling at him thing, and the doctor just telling Nardo he can't, and telling him he can't look at anything ever again because he's blind. I guess it was only a temporary fix when the doctor fixed his eyes. When the doctor fixed his eyes, or maybe he was lying about his eyes being better. Not sure. But anyway, earlier in the episode, I was using my tablet and I accidentally got spoiled about him being blind still. But I just thought it was going to be a comical thing where he just bumps into something before he fixes his eyes. But I was scared when he said when it turned all dramatic, when he still couldn't see at the end of the episode. Even though I was spoiled by it, I was still surprised that he couldn't see at all anymore. That he couldn't do anything about his eyes. He couldn't fix it. So then, that's where the episode ends. I know the doctor's going to do something about his eyes. He has to be able to see. But there might be only one way he can see. Regeneration. After he regenerates, he'll have new eyes. New fresh eyes to see through. But I don't want the regeneration to happen just because of that. Or maybe he'll just use regeneration energy to fix his eyes, like he did with Reverse Hand and Devros in past series. But of course that would be very bad. He'd use some regeneration energy up. But anyway, Nardo said their friend downstairs could tell if something was wrong with the doctor. And I guess Nardo was right, because the doctor did come back injured. He did lose something, and he said their friend would be able to tell. So he was right about the doctor not supposed to be going on adventures anymore. So anyway, who knows the doctor so well that they could tell something like that? Someone who knows him well enough, they would know something wrong just by looking at him, just by seeing him. And I think it's Missy. It's Missy, the mistress, the master. So anyway, we'll find out soon enough. The vault's supposed to be revealed in the next episode. So anyway, this has been my review for episode 5, Oxygen. I'll see you guys again for episode 6 next week, Extremis. Bye guys.